Here is tutorial number 3. We've got the connections. We've got push, finished goods, and transport. All of these are different ways that we can move items and inventory from suppliers to customers through processes, etc., etc. If we switch over here to the Emblem Co. Tutorial that we were given with the software, we can see a couple different ways that they're already connected. We've got the finished goods are going from the supplier. Their finished goods, our raw product, if we're looking at this as a process, goes to an inventory, then to processes. All of these are different push modules. Basically, they get done with it here at the injection molding and push it over here. And when the inventory is ready, or this is ready to take it, it gets pushed from there to there. Push is pretty simple. You can click and drag it in here. Again, right click to push properties, and it really has one property, and that's it. You can say how long does it take to go from point A to point B. We can say 5 hours, more likely probably in an internal we can say minutes, etc., etc. No, I would not like to save my changes for this one. The push, we can push to a process, we can push to an inventory or a transport, and we can do a lot of different things. Warehouse, pretty much everything that I showed you in the last couple of videos we can do. We can curve connectors, right angle connectors. This has a couple different, because it is a connector box, it allows you some different options there. So let's get rid of this extra process. That's the push connector. The finished goods connector, you can rename it if you double click it, finished goods. Or you can rename it whatever you want. If we go to finished good properties, it is exactly like the push, except it's a white box instead of a striped box. You can put notes in here. Finished goods go this way. You can say whatever you want there. Save it, close it. Both of those are pretty vanilla. You don't really have anything that you can do with them, so we're going to just get rid of those. The transport is the one that really has some options for you in LeanView. Go up to transport properties. We'll get to some of those other things first. Capacity. How many of that product can fit on this? Let's say you're hauling pallets. On a standard 53-foot trailer, you can hold so many of different standard size pallets. Maybe you can double stack, maybe you can only single stack. That's all stuff that you can take into account. Let's just say we're hauling boxes of bubble wrap, and we can fit 300 boxes of bubble wrap per 53-foot trailer. And let's say every once in a while, 0.1% truck gets wrecked and the bubble wrap is lost. Shipping interval. This is pretty interesting here, because you can say how long between truck days or times that it comes and picks up. So we can say interval, say every 3 days a truck comes, or you could even say once a week a truck comes to pick up. Ship set. I'm not sure what this is. It is one of those things where I haven't been able to figure out how it works or why it works, and I haven't been able to get any info from the BlueSpring Software website. Over here we got transport time. How long does it take to get from point A to point B? Let's say we are running an outlaw trucking company and we're shipping from San Francisco to New York City, and we're doing it in 3.2 days. There we go. So there's our basic transport box. We've got the flow time. All of this is calculated. Again, the yield, how often. Let's say these outlaw truckers wreck a lot, and they wreck 1 in 5 times. There's your 20%. That affects your yield over here. If you go to pieces, you can say, what does it ship? Oh, we've got cleaning agents, we've got emblems. You can fill up the truck and show what is here per ship set. We can set it to, let's say, five units. Again, notes, but back here we could add all sorts of things or take them out, and we're just going to exit without saving. Here's one of the things in my critique of LeanView. I did say that it was very presentation focused and not necessarily data focused. That shows through here. You can do a large truck, you can do a small truck. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And there you can see the, zoom out just a little bit. You can see the truck. We've got a ship. We've got a train. However it's going, you can account for that. And that'll show up in again, the presentation, the visual style. Let's say forklift has to come and take it from one side of the warehouse to another, and the forklift only comes so often. We can do it that way. You could even have a person. Let's say you ask for somebody to go get you a cup of coffee, and it takes them 5 minutes to get down to Starbucks and 5 minutes to get back. You could account for that in the person. You've got a crane. What was the last one? The golf cart. Just a lot of visual symbols that you can put in there to change it from one way to another. And again, if you double click it, you can say, let's say Oli's golf cart. And that's how it gets from one place to another. Let's go back. Let's say large truck. We could change it to Outlaw Trucking. And again, you can change it. The real value here is the properties, where you can change all of these different intervals. So that's about all I have on this one. We'll see you next time.